map. And down at the bottom left, where the blue icon is the Shining Cove. We're going to go back there real quick. Hey, Rainy. And we're just going to beeline over here. Oh, there's a nemesis. So we want to kill the nemesis, I guess, when we get these guys out of the way. So come back over here. And go ahead and click on your nemesis. But where we're going is through these doors right here. I now have enough damage leech to survive their poison stuff. Hey, ready? I'm gonna click on mine. Oh yeah, he's got nothing really, but empower. And ready? To the ruined coast. Going up. Going to the left. I saw you use some bolt things. Starting to do some. We're actually gonna go across this bridge, but that's all right. Going to the left. Oh, golden resonance. And we are going to cross this bridge. And there's a little mini boss. Okay. Dark Bastard Sword. Too low level. There's a thing here that we click on. All right. Now we're going into the Temporal Sanctum. And this actually unlocks the location to one of the dungeons in the game. And that's your treasure chest. And if you had a Temporal Sanctum key, which don't know if you noticed this yet, but if you open your inventory, you'll see that you got items, keys, woven echoes, and gifting. But so if you had the Temporal Sanctum key, it'll be under keys, and then this is where you'll use it. But give me 1 second. I got 3 skills to level up here real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Do 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 do. Um, do that. Do that. Mm, do that. Okay. Those yours. My erasing strike skill is now showing DPS of 11,001 damage.
Mm.
That is not. But yeah, you see, you got your little symbols now,
Mm-hmm.
and they'll be boosting your damage and all kinds of other stuff for you. And at some point, if you decide to go shield, you can get bonus to your block chance with those as well.
Mm-hmm.
But so we're done here. So we're gonna just hit M for map, and over on the left, you'll see there's your active quest. If you click on the sapphire tablet, it'll immediately pop you over to where you turn that in at, and that's where we're going. If you have any trouble with it, you can just port to me. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then we turn in the quest here, and she gives you a passive point and 2 idle slots. Thank you. Um, get a couple more idols real quick. So I need elemental, poison, void, necrotic. But yeah, just pop in some idols. I don't know if you got any. Yeah, ready? Oh, I'm overcapped on necrotic now. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now we're gonna head down over this way to the catacombs. We're gonna be just going straight across. little snakes. They throw out the poison stuff, and but so we need to come down here and around. If you want, we can go ahead and level up. Let's go ahead and level up real quick. One more point there. That unlocked healing hands for me, which I'm going to go ahead and skill up. Healing hands. Boop, 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 boop. 100% chance. Do that. Reduce the cost. Okay. Lots of stuff. Eh. First one to rebuke. All right, so that's a dead end there. And yeah, we do need to come back over this way. Draw sting. Drop some meteors.
Mm-hmm.
But we're gonna, yeah, we're actually gonna be going the other direction.
Mm.
Well, actually, no, we might be going the right way. Let me do this right here real quick. All right. Oh, the cleaver solution. Want to go to the right? Whole bunch of them little snakes spitting their shit at us.
Mm-hmm.
But There's a chest. Mighty full plate of the folks.
Mm.
We don't necessarily have to go down these stairs, but there's a chest over here. And looks like a champion mob over in the corner.
Mhm.
Oh, +1 devouring orb. Pick that up. Whirlpool.
Mm.
Champion's Jade Amulet.
Mhm. Mm.
Singularity. Which isn't too bad if you know you're not going to be trying to build for crit, critical strike on your
Mhm.
character. Throwing one of those small idols on your thing ain't bad.
Mm.
Gives you more damage.
Mhm.
Aerial halberd.
Mm.
Picked it up. Once we get through these waves of mobs, we'll eventually get to a boss guy who's like a giant version of these slug dudes.
Mm.
He puts poison on the ground. Here he is. And while you're beating on him, if you have the mob highlighted, you'll see all the debuffs that we're putting on them
Mm-hmm.
up at the top. Go ahead and spin my point. What do we want now? Mm, 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 mm. Probably this. Okay. So you having fun with the paladin?
Yep.
Just need to find yourself a better weapon now.
Yep. What did I do? Oh, go.
That's fine. That's where you want to go.
And that should do it.
That should do it.
This waypoint's harder than I anticipated. But no worries. All good now. Just in time. Looks like we've got company. Anyway, off you go. I'll see you on the other side.
We separated again.
No, you should teleport when you're done with the thing.
Well, I teleported somewhere,
Okay.
but I don't see you.
Um, I don't see you either. So hang on one second.
I'm coming to you.
I'm just okay.
There we are.
All right. And we talked to Yulia. Orb Weaver's Fang. What's that? Okay. Hey, ready? So we're going in here. We're just going to make our way around this whole thing and kill everything in here. It's a very small zone. And yeah, we can go ahead and whack the wizard guy, the exiled mage. What'd he drop? Experimental chain belt, experimental plated belt.
Mm.
And just pick those up so I can melt them later.
Mm.
And we'll do that with our skill healing hands. And ready? To the Rust Lands. Wow, wow. Yeah, come on back the other way. We're not going to enter the lakes. Bunch of idols. Wardens, void damage over time. Melee damage when skill echoes. That might be a good one. Scare damage. Braver. Dark Kopesh of Immunity. Not good enough. But Kopesh's would be a possible upgrade for you. If you see a Kopesh. It's a two-handed sword. But you need to come back over the other direction. There's a nemesis up here. I'm gonna click on them. You ready? Yeah, I took a beating. Get her boulder fish gloves and her alchemist ladle. Ah, this armor got plus 82 fire resistance. Yeah. Unfortunately, it's really newbie armor. Did you want to fight him?
Oh, I forgot.
Yeah.
I forgot.
Is that a level 1 or level 2?
Two-handed staff. I don't know. How you tell what it is?
Well, I'm just talking about the actual nemesis. So, when you click on him and you get your little list of stuff, the first time you empower him, he's level 1.
Oh,
Don't know if you noticed, but
okay.
the first ones are much weaker, and then they get progressively tougher every time you empower. But the third time you can empower 2 times, I guess, and then you challenge. That's how it works. But the third one is much tougher than the level 1. That's why it took us a while to beat down that one guy that I fought, because it was a level 3. And the one you had, he died pretty quickly.
Yep.
But those dudes give quite a bit of experience too when you kill them. Talk to that guy. From shards. He dropped some gloves. Do that. Make it cost nothing. There's a chest over here. Gold. There's a nemesis this way, so let's go this one. I'm gonna banish mine. He got junk. Ready? Go up. So every once in a while, I see you throw some bolts. Is that from an idol that you got, or did you put points in that on your skill tree?
skill tree thing, I think something says it fires electric bolts or something whenever.
Divine bolts.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, there's just lots of neat little things you can do.
Yep.
You can even find idols, which will give you, a higher chance of firing off them divine bolts.
Mm.
There's another nemesis over here. So let's see what he's got. Oh, Weaver's Ring. Yeah, we'll power him. Oh, he's over here trying to kill you. You can fight yours now if you want. Blinding Club. Shader, 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 shader. Shader. The cleaver solution.
Mm.
It's a neat little one-handed
Okay.
axe you can get. But basically it converts your strength and it gives you an equal amount of intelligence. And that's a way for fighter classes to get ward retention and ward base kind of stuff using the cleaver solution. Yeah, we do want to just kind of keep going up. I guess we go ahead and level up if you want.
Okay.
More hit points. Yeah, ready? Yeah, you want to talk to that game. And and we head on out. Hmm. That's interesting. -3 melee mana attack cost. There's nice.
Mm.
Mm. Found some Falcon Fist. They're a unique item that give you a bunch of melee attack speed. The exit's right over here. They're designed for the Falconeer class,
Mm-hmm.
but anybody that does melee damage can use them. All right, so this is a little town. You can go this way or the other way, but leads to the NPCs over here. Hey, you. We can talk to this guy too. What's up? What's happening? All right, so it might be time to get rid of these bee gloves and maybe use these. 16% attack speed. Do that. You know, that gives me almost 1,000 more DPS. Let's see. See if this halberd ends up being better than the sword I'm using.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, so 5182, 6084. It is. So let me see if I can gift you a weapon. You can use my old one. Um, gift item. Confirm gift. Gift sent. Oh, shush, don't jump on me.
So we go to 1851 with your sword versus 1647 with the old sword.
So about 200 DPS.
Yep.
Yeah, it's better. Mo better.
Yep. Let me get rid of this, some of the stuff in my pockets here.
Okay.
Is there a way to quickly transfer it all over instead of one item at a time?
No, you just if you do shift right click, it'll just automatically transfer it over.
Oh,
But you can also you can set up your spaces and configure them to where, like, this one's for uniques,
yeah,
and you just shift click,
right.
all uniques will drop into it. Exalts, all exalts will go there.
Okay.
Idols, all idols will drop in that one.
Yep.
And you don't have to, be to that particular tab.
Right. Yeah, I just have whatever wherever right now.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I've got 5 categories, and 3, 6, 9, 10, about 10 slots in each category. So I guess I got about 50 space times however many
Mhm.
spots are in each one, but I got a shitload of storage.
Mm.
And didn't have to pay any money for it, just in-game gold.
Yep.
I mean, just now I'm like, I don't know, it's like 200 and something thousand gold for the next one. Yeah,
Yep.
a few days of gaming.
Yep.
Oh, Nemesis. Yeah, he went down quick.
Yep.
All right, what's my guy do? Oh yeah, I got the ring. Okay. We did find anything good?
Not terrible.
Okay. The chest. I just got a bunch of skill level ups,
Hmm.
but I guess we could go ahead and just use up our thing real quick.
Our freeze ray.
Yep. because the boss is just right over here. You're not far away. Hey, Randy, any chest around here? There's one. Mournful Pennant. Yeah, not good enough. All right, I'm gonna go ahead. We're done in this place, but I'm gonna go ahead and do my level up stuff real quick, and then we can just hit T, the portal out of here, and it'll take us over where the dudes are at for us to talk to. What's this do? Duration. Yeah. Julia's Haven. I don't know if you talk to the guy in blue. Gives you a skill point.
Mm-hmm.
And Rennie. All right. Melt something real quick. Shatter. Okay. If you're ready, we can move out to the next place. But just so you know, there's a little ways to go before we get to our next actual waypoint. Hmm. You got a weapon? Yeah, you do. I see it. You like my hammer axe? It's supposed to be an axe, but it looks like a hammer.
Mashed potato maker.
Yep. Go mash me and mash 'em and bash 'em. Stick 'em and stew.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a whole bunch of bolts. There's a chest right here. There's a nemesis over here. So don't go any further up. Let's kill this nemesis. Challenge. Alrighty, give me the font of their race. Yeah, these boots aren't terrible, but they're not good enough. Alright. You want to do yours?
Oh yeah.
I'm ready to the exit. All right, so we're actually gonna hold and just kind of wait right here because there's one of the things coming that we need to kill. There he is. Yep. And let's go ahead and level up real quick. Another neat little helmet here. Mm, 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 mm. Think I'm gonna do that. There comes another one of these guys. He's dead. But when you're done, come on, yeah, follow me. We're just gonna go up this way. But we need to kill these Imperial thingies.
Eyeball things.
Yep. And they follow the path. And they just kind of do the big loop here, so we'll be running into them as we make our way to the exit. Okay, we're gonna be going down. And to the right. We've already killed all the immortal things. Going down again. And to the exit. Gonna be going down. Up the ramp. And yeah, you can go around either side, and we could just do both sides and clear this whole little area. There's a nemesis over here, though. So I'll wait and kill it when we're both together. Brrr. Alright, so that's done. I'm gonna level up a skill real quick. Buff skills. Yeah. Okay, let's go kill this nemesis if you're ready. Oh, so he's got the fighting chance for me, as well as a pretty decent helmet. QQ. You gonna fight him?
Yep. What's he got? Cleaver, scepter, finger claw, hollow finger.
Oh, the hollow finger. That's a necro item.
Got purple stuff.
Yeah. Red.
Purple.
Oh, exalted.
I got a red ring,
Yeah.
And purple.
Nice. Yeah. So I mean, he'll give you some decent shit as
Hmm.
potentially. So the exalted, if they got like the tier 6 or tier 7 thing that's on them is good, then yeah. Or you could also hang on to them and use them, for somebody else at some point if they look like they're decent. So any of it good for your character?
No, not really. Let's see. Abysmal Ornate Scepter of Colvin. 20% poison damage.
Mm.
25 melee, 30 spell. Increased elemental damage. And then I got Marauder's Rusted Cleaver of Stone. Plus 19 melee, 14 to bleed. Increased poison. Physical damage. The shred armor on hit and stun chance 140%.
Mm.
And the finger,
Give him the
uh,
finger.
give him the finger, 34% minion damage, 12
Yeah, yeah,
minion health,
yeah,
21 minion critical strike.
yeah. It's yeah,
Minion,
it's for minion builds
minion, union.
and necrotic minion at that.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, save it and for the time you make yourself a necromancer, you got your cool ring there.
Yep.
And you can, buy yourself your own little storage container and call it legendaries or whatever, and just configure it for legendary items only.
Yep. Purple.
Because you'll get quite a few of them from the Nemesis, but this is a boss fight up here,
Mm.
so there's going to be 3 of them. So we talk to the lady, we have to kill her, and then these 2 guys that are on the ground, this dude
Mm-hmm.
and this dude will both spawn basically, and we'll have to kill them.
Mm.
But yeah, you can talk to her if you want. So let's go ahead and beat her ass, Dan. Where'd she? Oh, she's already dead. Never mind.
Oh.
I was like, I just did one
Yeah.
of my racing strikes, and he did. But try to focus fire on the lobster guy,
Yeah.
and then we'll kill the poison dude. All right, poison guy.
Going quick.
Yeah. Barrier. And then talk to the chick.
The chick. Where's she at?
Yeah,
Oh,
with a big glowing thing on her head.
You pathetic,
pathetic human.
mistake.
Oh,
You
mistake.
think you can kill me? You think you can?
Enough! Can't use the
Constipation.
lance! The Lance of Herod. Where is it? Quickly! You need to
Hmm?
get out of here!
We didn't get to pick up any loot.
Nah, she doesn't. They don't drop loot.
Separated
But
again.
did you? Oh, I guess I got to talk to her as well.
Oh.
Okay, I talked to her. And there's a cut scene. I don't know if you've ever seen that before or not.
I don't know.
It doesn't matter.
Yep.
Ready?
Some of the
So,
stuff I recognize, some of it I don't.
yeah. This
Okay.
place, yeah.
Mhm.
Let's go over here to the left. There's going to be quite a few mobs in this place, so it's actually, pretty decent for XP if you want to run around and kill everything.
Mhm.
Then we can go over to the other side.
Mhm.
And ready? Then we're gonna
Oh,
go along the path here.
fancy relic.
Okay. But yeah, we're definitely doing quite a bit of damage
Mhm.
as easily as we're plowing through these guys.
Yep. Mhm.
I give him a eration strike,
Mhm.
and then we can give him one of these. And we'll give him some of those laser beams. And the occasional explosion. Boom.
Yep.
Yeah, what else can we get? This is a champion mob. That's why he actually lasted a few seconds.
Not anymore.
No. There's a exiled mage up here if you want to whack that. We could also go ahead and use our skill point. Level up real quick. Okay.
Can't get away.
Drop the Mad Alchemist ladle. Looks like,
Experimental brigadine boots of life.
yeah, we got a bunch of those.
Yep.
Mm. Now, if they were purple and they had like plus 25% move speed on them, which is possible,
Yep.
they might be good. Once we get through this zone, I'm gonna need to either take a little break, well, like need to pee. Yeah, you'll have to go around this other way. But so let's kind of stick to the bottom of the map.
Thundercats.
Thundercats. Yeah. Snarf, snarf.
Snarf, snarf.
That one guy's like, "Woo," and I went slam. He died. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it.
I'm going in for the big one. Or not.
The scavenger. Got a bunch of those. Hmm?
Here, birdie.
Okay. The Scorched Grove.
Hmm.
Actually, this is the little cutscene. So we can go ahead and do this real quick.
Where the little deer gets killed.
Yep. Brr, brr. He's a god. Get some free gold. Yeah, at some point they could update this,
Yep.
make it a little fancier.
Mm-hmm.
But whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So we talked to him. I'll talk to him real quick.
You poor horsey.
What's up? Yeah. Oh, that's too bad. Then we talked to this chick over here. Yeah, you saw what I did to the god there. And then we're gonna get teleported.
Teddy Potty. And we're still together?
Yep. So there's vendors, everything here. There's a couple of people you need to talk to for quest, but I need to go use the bathroom and maybe smoke. But you still up for some more gaming?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll be back in a few minutes. I'm back.
Okay, I set a tab up and I
Yep.
called it Exalted Purple Stuff. And I
Yep.
went in and I set tab priority, and the only thing I
Yep.
changed was rarity to exalted.
Yeah. On the
And
configure.
yeah, configure tab, and I said confirm.
And set it. Yep.
So it's set to exalted, yet
Yep.
everything went in it from my inventory.
Is your other stuff full?
Not all of it.
Well, it'll put it if you don't have space,
Right.
it'll put it wherever. But yeah, I mean, if you designate them all or whatever, then also you can go through and make sure, you know, like one-handed swords are next to each other, so they, don't make it clunky looking and leave little spots, and I'm talking about,
hmm
so that it's optimized.
Right.
But yeah, but for the most part, it works. It just, you got to have the space open for your stuff to drop into.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's a completely empty blank, and I have other empty blanks tabs, so it wasn't a space problem. It's just I ain't gonna do it problem. Hmm.
Mm.
So I don't know. And now that I've named it, I
Yeah,
can't unname it.
yeah, you can. You just go back and you just have to.
Field name can't be empty. So that was
Well, you can name it something else.
yeah.
Like I got one called Twink, and I got one for my jewelry. Well, I've got multiples for jewelry, but then uniques, and eventually you can shorten the names. That way you can see them all across the top there
Mhm.
without having to click the arrow so that it slides it over. Because
Mhm.
you know, like my first tab, or excuse me, category, it's got 3, 6, 9, 10 things in it.
Yeah.
And so I've got short names for everything, shortened names, like abbreviated names.
Mhm.
But yeah, it should work. I don't know why it didn't work for you.
Mhm.
Let me see if there's anything I want to do here. Doesn't look like it. Not really.
Mhm.
Do I want to use this new relic? Oh, I'm level 45 now. Let me just check real quick and see if I can use the Sentinel specific relic,
Mhm.
which gives you +1 to all your skills. What is it called? Code of an Erased. All right, so let's look for those. Code of. Okay, this one is not good for me. That one could work, but I don't use Holiara, so not going to work on this one. This one has got 11 Weaver's Wheel. This one's got 12. That one's got 14. That one's got 14. That one's got 11. So 14. Do that. But so this item, and I'm gonna grab 2 of them. But let me show you what it looks like. Um, Oh, actually, some guy just put one in the chat. Code of the race sentinel. I'll drop one in the party. Oops, and dropped it on the ground. Yeah. But it gives you +1 to all sentinel skills, 30% increased armor, which is a lot. 30% of armor mitigation also applies to damage over time, which is a big deal too later in the game. So by default, your armor works against everything except for elemental damage. All elemental damage, armor only works like at 35% of its total. And it has no effect at all on damage over time. So damage over time stuff can really screw you over later in the game. But you'll get these runes called runes of weaving later in the game when you get to the late game, and you can use those to, if you've found any weaver's wheel type items, but they'll automatically upgrade the weaver or the item for you without you having to equip it and then just kill stuff, and it slowly levels up the weaver's wheel for you. But that was a bad roll. Minion damage. Don't want minion damage. Let's try the next one. Give me something good. Doom. Give me +2 rebuke, which I don't use. Oh well. And let's see, we got some more of these. Let's try this one. And maybe we'll get something good off it. Like, give me strength. Oh, +1 to void cleave. Nice. It also gave me +1 to judgment, which is bad, but still, void cleave is good. There we go. That's not bad. So I got tier 5 for void cleave. So when I use this, I now get +1 to all sentinel skills, +2 to void cleave, and 65 increased melee damage, as well as 19% chance to apply frailty on hit, and 13% cold resistance, and +1 to judgment, 19% increased healing effectiveness. So let me show you exactly what that is. I'll link it now. I dropped it. Now I'll link it. So check that out.
Code of race sentinel.
But let me put all the extra skill points in that I got. Oh, void cleave. Is that what it was?
Oh.
Yeah, void cleave. Actually, I was thinking that was a racing strike. I don't have void cleave. I guess I could swap out Rive and use void cleave. Yeah, we'll screw with that later. But I still got +1 to all skills, so let's do that. Do that. Do that. And do that. Yeah, buddy. And it gave me a bunch of armor and mitigation. Did you already talk to all the NPCs?
I'm not sure about what.
There's 2 of them that you need to talk to get quests. You want to talk to her, Yulia. After you talk to Yulia, you want to come over here
Yes.
and you talk to this guy over here. Hey, excuse me.
Mm.
Hey, ready?
Alright,
You
let me
ready?
try and do something real quick.
Okay.
Alright. Chance. Melee. Melee. Melee.
Mm. Oh, Void Cleave costs 12 mana. Hmm. Oh, golly. If Void Cleave hits at least one enemy, your next erasing strike is always a critical strike.
Mm.
Hmm. Maybe I do want to swap this out. Oh, it has a cooldown on it though. Nope, we don't want to do that. Hmm. It's interesting. Well,
Almost done.
that's fine. Might eat a little snack bar real quick.
Mm. Alright. So I got everything upgraded to max strength. So
Yeah,
now I got 2643 damage instead of 18 something.
on Rive. That's cool.
Yep, Rav.
You know how much my Rive does?
About 400.
Nope.
No,
6,776.
it's close. Yeah, need to work on that.
Hmm. My erasing strike now does 13,535. We're gonna go up. Hmm. This new axe I got is pretty nice.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Man, I just broke that box.
Well, slaughtered it.
Yeah. Putty tats. Killed
Yeah,
one.
these dudes do cold damage.
Mm.
There's a nemesis.
Yep.
Let's go ahead and whack him.
Right off the bat.
Well,
He's like, just get it over with.
you can go ahead and click on him first if you want.
Go. Whack.
Blank. Okay, what you got for me? Fighting chance, a helmet. It gives me bleed while wielding an axe. I happen to be wielding an axe. And one of my abilities, Erasing Strike, all bleed is converted to void damage.
Mm.
So that works out good.
Mm-hmm.
Turns it into a void dot called Time Rot.
Mm.
There's a cultist Chappa.
What? Spider. Kitty cat. Wolf. My dogs.
Oh,
Leveled up. I think that would have been an elephant that went.
you want to go ahead and level up?
Okay.
Basically, we're just going to make our way kind of northish till we get to the waypoint up here. And then we're going to cut south where the mob is that we got to kill to complete a little quest. Mm. That one did 13,000 and something damage.
Mm-hmm.
Don't breathe on me. All right, so there's the waypoint. Now we're going to cut to the south. And we're going to make our way to the exit.
Why don't they want us to get to the exit?
To the ice caverns.
Brr.
Chilly. And we're just going to follow the bottom path.
Mm-hmm. Killed one.
Your little sword pets are killing everything.
Mm.
Yeah, you throw out a whole bunch of those holy bolts sometimes.
Mm. I don't even notice them.
You don't see the little yellow bolts flying off the screen. There's the nemesis over here. He'll drop the gloves for me. Yeah, you can go ahead and click on them if you want. Brr, brr. Hey, Brady. This helmet is pretty badass. Got a tier 7 on it. Okay.
Never had a chance.
Nope. Alright, so any of this other stuff worth picking up? Not really. This dagger's got a tier 7 melee damage. I might as well get that.
Mm.
1 second. I might use a new helmet here. Gives me 110 armor, 6% movement speed, 78% chance to bleed if wielding an axe, 18% of necrotic damage is taken as physical. That's kind of whatever. Let's do that. Can we upgrade it at all? Yep. So let's do this. We'll move that over here. Ka-ching. And what else can we put in there? Could put in strength, mana. I don't really have much mana. Void damage, anything for void. Anomaly, Divine Orb, Ring Shield, Smelter's Wrath, Vengeance, Volatile Reversal. And let's just do Strength. And ready? Oh yeah. I now do 9178 with Rive. Slammy. That's a dead end there. Actually, we gotta go back around over here. Gonna go down. Yeah, I've been finding all kinds of good stuff for this dude. We're just gonna kind of make our way kind of southwestish.
Can't go that way.
There's Nemesis. Let's see what the old Nemesis has got. Humming bee. Some Hyborian boots. I don't need those. I'm gonna pass on this. So if you don't want anything in, the thing, just click banish. But and the next time he spawns, he'll have different stuff for you. You know, usually, a lot of characters, they can't stand in that poison stuff. And apparently you got no problem, and my dude had no problem. But a lot of other characters, you gotta like, yeah, he's doing his poison thing. Run away until you shoot at him from range or whatever.
My poison resistance is low though. It's only 4%.
Yeah, well, mine's 11.
Yeah.
But it's because you got healing hands, and you're just healing through it.
Yep. Because I'm awesome.
And ready? Did you level up?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and spin my point real quick. And that'll give me 15 in Paladin. So next time I can use the next skill, I'm also going to get Symbols of Hope.
You hope.
And that'll give me more damage and more defense.
Uh-oh, my Rive is up to 37, 40, 64.
Nice. If you're not really going to be boosting minions, which those swords count as minions.
Yeah.
There's one skill point you can spend in Rive, which is scrap metal, which is right past the one that, past the minion part, and it gets rid of them, and then you get bonus damage
Rabbit.
from what's called having scrap metal, and it gives you just more damage instead of having the minions. And maybe that's why my Rive is, the DPS on it's way higher than yours.
Could be.
But there's a guy to talk to here. Yulia sent me. And then we're going to go down this way. Let's just check the map real quick. Doesn't look like there's a nemesis on this map. So let's just kill the stuff. Going to be heading to the west. This is where the exit is. To the Wingari Fortress.
Uh-oh, we're in trouble now.
Mm-hmm. And we're going to talk to this guy.
What's up?
It's all good, buddy. And then we're going to make our way along the right wall, pretty much all the way up. There's a little mini boss that we're coming up towards here soon. Yeah, it looks like I'm got a bit more movement speed than you do now.
Yep, I traded a little bit of speed for strength.
That was the mini boss.
Oh,
Squish.
nice.
Rending Claymore de Parlement. This actually might be an upgrade for you. I'll give it to you. See if it's better than what you're using. Oops. Gift item. It's been sent.
Okay. Let's
You know,
see.
you can upgrade it, you know, potentially. But it's got a really high base damage on it.
Let's see. 3018 versus 3764. So mine's 700 better.
Yeah, but I'm like I said, you could just, you know, boost it.
Right.
You might be able to put attack speed on it or even more flat damage,
Yep.
which will make it better because like I say it's got like 20 more base damage than the one you're using.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think I would say it's like, you know, we're going to be going up.
Oh,
Has like a 70 base damage on it, which is a lot.
yeah.
Let me level up my skills real quick. That's a boss fight up there. And normally this is a fairly difficult boss fight, but I have a feeling we're going to plow right through them.
Yeah.
Should put one there. Let's increase our base crit chance with this. That will be slaughtering. And shoot out some bolts on arrival. Maybe. Let's do that. There, ready?
I got a couple I gotta do. I'm trying to
Okay.
figure out where I want to go with it. Alright, so severe Bound. That was that Outburst, Iron Reach, Flurry, Rending, War.
What are you looking at?
Trying to find that in Rive that you were talking about.
So in Rive, it's to the left.
Mm-hmm.
You got Sever. Then above that's Bound Weapon,
Yeah.
and to the left of that is Foe Cleaver,
Right.
and to the left of that is something called Scrap Metal.
Scrapamoto.
You want to pick Scrap Metal,
So I got to get that first.
and
Okay.
yeah. And the Foe Cleaver gives you 100% more effect of the damage stats of your two-handed weapon.
Right.
So maybe that's why I'm doing so much more damage than you, if you don't have that one.
Now I got 6393.
There you go. Now you just doubled your damage.
Yep.
And the next one will even, make it even more.
Yep.
So there's two bosses. We want to focus on the caster, which is this guy right here. We want to try to beat him down as quick as possible. His avalanche attacks are pretty nasty. He's dead. Yep. And the other guy's dead.
Mm.
Yep, that was pretty easy. And there's a horn you click on up here. I already did. That's part of the quest.
Okay.
So we still have one more thing left to do in this zone, and we're going to go around the other side here. We're going to keep going around. Okay, so we healed him. Okay, and one last final thing that we can do since we're already here. This zone leads over to another zone, which will take us to the place where you can do arenas, but you can also, there's a bunch of test dummies there. So you can actually, see how much your damage is on these test dummies. And if we just go ahead and get there now, then you'll be able to port there in the future.
Mm-hmm.
But it's up this ramp. And we're just going to make our way straight through the zone. Pretty straightforward. Vital forge plate. Don't need that. Drop some fingers of the Phantom. That's they're actually fairly decent gloves. We actually want to go to the left here. Down this. To the Champion's Gate.
Champion.
And you don't want to enter the arena. It tries to pop that up. But come down the stairs. Get your waypoint if you need to. And if you come over here, like these test dummies, if you just kind of highlight them, it'll tell you kind of what they are. These just are, count as an enemy. There's more of them in here. Like this one is a single enemy. This one counts as a boss. And these are enemies in a big group. But, when you're attacking, you'll see kind of how much damage you'll do. Because, you do less damage to a boss than you would to regular enemies. And anyways, you can test out your build. Okay. And you can also see all your little, icons and stuff popping off. And if you're wondering what they are, you can highlight them and see Healing Hands. And Healing Hands works on anybody that's in the radius, by the way. And I'm going to go ahead and spend another point. We're going back to... Oh, actually, maybe doing some points in Forge Master might not be a bad idea now. Let's go back to Void Knight. Let's see what we got here. Cast speed, no. Time rot chance, maybe. Oh, that's a good too. Void Rift. Hmm. Too much stuff. More void damage. That sounds good. Hey, Brandon. Did you spend your skill point?
Yep.
Alright, so we can teleport out of here. M, you want to go over to Haboria, where all the blue icons are.
Okay.
And then we can turn our quest in. And there's another one further down the path. And that gives us +4 more idle slots. You might just pop this baby in there. And, if you want to get some idols out of your bank, or if you already got them in your inventory, Excuse me. Mm, mm, mm. But every single piece of gear I'm using right now is either a unique, a legendary, except for two pieces. My helm's exalted, and then I got my axe, my halberd, two-handed axe. Choppa choppa.
Chop chop.
Need to be level 51 to upgrade that again. We're 48. So is there anything you need out of your bank?
Nope.
All right. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to teleport again because we already got the waypoint unlocked. And that's the tundra, which is to the north
Uh-huh.
where your yellow thing is.
Temple Harut.
Yeah, well, we're going to the tundra first.
Ice Cave. The
The
well, when you
the
put your
tundra.
mouse over it, says Temple of Harut.
Oh,
But
okay.
below it, if you can see past it says Tundra. But my cursor covers that.
Hmm.
My cursor's a lot wider, I guess. I make my cursors big so I can find them.
We're just kind of going to be going north. Because there's a horn that we got to blow. Couple of glyphs. But we click that.
Alright.
Right. Right.
Now what?
Now we cross the bridge.
Oh, it's gonna be a monster.
Hmm. And then we're going to the temple. Going to the temple.
Harut.
Yep. And lots of ice dudes in here. We're going to be going to the right. We're going to be, let's just make her, we're going to be going to the left. And more to the left. How much movement speed you got on your boots right now?
I'm not sure. I didn't do anything to my boots. They're the ones I've always had.
You might be able to finish upgrading them.
They're brown. I don't think I can upgrade them.
And in here, we're going to be going straight up the path. Yeah, I mean, that thing is actually really tough for most people.
Mm-hmm.
And the longer it takes to kill it, it'll split.
Hmm.
And then it turns into 2, and then it turns into 3, and then it turns into 4.
Mm-hmm.
But, we got enough DPS to beat it down. Here's one of those idols, but it's for throwing attacks. So it gives you a chance to cast Smite when you hit with a throwing attack. Yeah, you might, you might look and see if Rive has some way to proc Smite somehow.
Hmm.
We're going to be going to the right, though. Some sneaky wolves behind us.
Yeah. Try to do a flank on us.
Mm-hmm.
Don't forget about my little sword friends.
Yep. Okay. So, you talk to that guy. He'll follow you around. Oh, there's the guy over this way, though. So we'll take the left route. Yeah, I'll empower that. Ooh, Bastion key.
Is you ready?
Yep. Hey, ready? Golden Resonance. The champion boss. He did. Hey, anything good? He dropped Mirage Champions, which is good for a rogue. +1 maximum shadows. There's a halberd here, which might be pretty good. Might be better than what that sword I gave you. Maybe. Let's see. Yep. I'll send it over to you.
Let's see.
And
39 damage, 36, 23 mana.
yeah, but look at the base stats on it. You know,
Uh-huh.
it does
16.
like 60 or whatever, and it also has a big chance to cause bleeding,
Mm-hmm.
which does damage over time.
Mm-hmm.
And
Alright, well, let me try something real quick. Let's do that. And then let's do this. F it. And it's got physical melee damage and upgrade that. Can't upgrade that. Tier 5 already. Mana regen, don't care about that. Stun chance with melee attacks. Yeah. And what do we want to add to it? Bleed on hit, chance to blind, chill, ignite, shock, slow, health on kill, health on melee, shred, stun, damage over minions. Uh,
yeah. Have you been boosting anything besides, melee damage in your
not really.
skill tree? Like, okay. But
Oh,
paladins do fire or lightning damage. They have ways to boost those.
yeah.
And bleed is also not bad. You know, bleeding is it's a physical damage over time
Mm-hmm.
dot. But if you can squeeze on attack speed, you can use a
I don't have that.
well, what I'm saying
Yeah,
is so you got the forge open. Put that halberd in the forge, right?
it is. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Now where you have the glyph of hope,
Uh-huh.
click on that and then choose the glyph of chaos.
Okay.
And when you got that selected, melee attack speed is always going to be on the left. That's where it shows up. It's a prefix. So you want to get rid of the mana thing?
So
You
what?
s- you
Just
know
minus it?
you
What do I do?
yeah you click on the mana thing, and so it'll highlight it, and you do the roll, and that glyph of chaos will change that to something else. So you might get lucky and get melee attack speed, or you might get anything that can be a prefix.
Okay, now when I click on it, it doesn't highlight.
So you got your thing in there,
Yep.
and
Glyph of Chaos.
do you not have any of those mana shards?
I don't know what a mana shard is. I have
No, I'm
rings.
saying, the plus mana thing that's on the right or the left. There should be a little arrow pointing up that allows you to click on it. If there's not, if it's like X'd out or something, it means you don't have any of those shards. So you
Oh,
can't change it.
I guess I don't have any mana shards.
Okay. That's why I was telling you it's a good idea to pick up, you know, all these various things and just shatter them so that you have at least one of something.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, because you'll run into things where this, happens where you can't change it, you know.
Right. I see.
But, I mean, the mana thing's not terrible because it makes sure that you don't run out of mana,
Yep.
but but if you're using something that uses 0 mana, it doesn't matter anyway, so.
Right. Okay. Cool.
But yeah, you can add bleed, bleed will boost the damage on it. You could add ignite. Ignite is the fire dot that'll boost the damage.
Mhm.
And I guess just the base thing is not better than the sword, though.
I didn't look.
Yeah. The sword, what makes it good is it's got that flat damage and it's got attack speed.
Yeah.
But axes aren't as fast, but they hit harder.
Yep.
They're all running off to get one of the tackle dummies.
Yep.
Alrighty. The Tomb of Mordatis. This is a little boss fight here.
Mm.
Oh. So his avalanche attack is pretty nasty.
Scared me.
Alright, so there's a guy to talk to up here.
Well, I found a scepter worth 85 gold.
Nice. Yeah, the higher level the items, they start
Mhm.
actually start to be worth a little bit of gold.
The lance was found, and a bond was formed.
Do you think we'll see Herod before?
Their fates intertwined
Let's go together.
with mine. But for now, they focused on their gods.
Yeah.
This come on up here and we'll turn in these quests.